Hey everyone, I'm Emily and welcome to my channel Mama M, my journey to being a foster parent. So in the last video, I said that I was doing my first foster parenting class that day, and let me just say it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I was really nervous at first, like I said before, but once I walked in there, it was almost like a family, like, hey, what's happening? Like, how you guys doing? How's your day going? Get to know each other because these are going to be your babysitters, basically. So I just love the atmosphere that I got around there. And then I love seeing how there's different age ranges. Like there was like from senior age, middle age to, young age, as far as my age, young. So yeah, I just loved seeing that and how many people were actually in the class. Like there was a lot of people in the class. Like our chairs were filled up. So yeah, I loved it. And I'll just go over like the first two training classes that I had, like basically what we talked over. And then I won't go into like super detail unless you guys want me to. So put in the comments what you want to see more detail in, like another video. But basically the first day was orientation day. So we discussed, what the child welfare system is, what specifically is foster care, and what's kinship care, what's adoption. So basically, foster care is temporary. These kids are not going to stay with you forever, is what they're hoping for. And then kinship care is when a child is in the system, but they find a grandmother or grandpa or an aunt, uncle, close family member, family friend, someone who's close to the family to take care of that child. So they're not taken away from that family dynamic, I guess. So they're still with their family. And then adoption, of course, is, permanent. You get that kid and, the parents' rights are terminated. So that is your child. So there's no going back on adoption. So we went over all that. And then we talked about respite care, which I think respite care isn't talked about a lot. And I think it needs to be because I feel like a lot more people would do it. Because respite care is almost like a, a glorified babysitter? I hate to say it like that, but when, let's say you're going to go on vacation and the bio parent says that they don't want their child going on vacation with you. So you need someone to watch that child, right? So you call the caseworker and you say that you're going to go on vacation for X amount of days and that you need someone to watch your foster child for you. So they find someone who's in respite care and who that child will work well with. So they'll go with a respite care person for like a weekend, a couple days, a week, but not a very long time. And then they go back with the original foster parents that child was with. So yeah, so my mom is going to be my respite care person. So if I need her to watch the child overnight or something, she can do that because only respite care providers can watch the foster child overnight. If you want your child to be watched by anyone else in your family, just like for a couple hours or whatever, they have to have a background check on everyone who is in that house who is over the age 18. And then they can watch your child for you. But of course, like if you're going to put that child in daycare, those daycare workers have had a background check if it's legal. So that's what respite care is, which I think is pretty awesome. And I think a lot more people should probably do that if they don't want to go the full like foster care in-depth route, I guess, if you want to say it like that. And then on the second day, we talked about basically the foster care team, like the child's team, that everyone's working with that child's case. So you got the county caseworker, you have the ongoing caseworker, you have the bio parents, either mom or dad, or both mom and dad. And then you have prosecutors, you have defense attorneys, you have the court system, the judges, the CASA workers or something. It's like a court-appointed some advocate. So you have that for the child. And then you have yourself, if there's someone in the kinship thing, like if a grandparent or somebody decides they want to have that child, then you have them involved. So it's a big team. It's not just, you know, one or two people. Like, there are a ton of people who are in this child's case. So it takes a while for, you know, people to get back with you if you have like a question or you want answers as far as like how, like, where is this case going? Like, what you're almost like in limbo with this kid and their case, because if you know anything about the court system, that stuff can take years and years and years before anything gets settled or decided. Or sometimes it can get, you know, moved pretty quickly. You just never know. So you really have to be open and flexible as far as that. And then we talked about like, not process selection, but like you choosing like what child you can take into your home. So my age range that I'm thinking about doing is 0 to 2. And then they'll give you a form and they'll ask you like male or female or both, doesn't matter. You know, what medical issues can you sustain in your home, like what can you handle, and then what type of behaviors can you handle or cannot handle. So can you handle a kid who has diabetes, who may be trachea, who may have mental disabilities, a child who has a lot of aggression or acts out in these certain ways. Now, while saying that, the person who is, you know, saying that they have a child ready for you may not have all this information. They only get like maybe snips and bits over here about like from the county caseworker, because sometimes, you know, parents don't want their child to be taken into, you know, the foster care system, so they won't tell the caseworker anything. They won't give them any information, just you know, out of spite. And you know, they're hurt right now, so they don't want to give their child away, so they're not going to tell you nothing. So if you don't feel comfortable with that, like if you only have like, let's say the caseworker tells you, I have a white male Caucasian, Lord, same thing, a white male who was taken out of the home because of drug-related problems. That's all she has. She doesn't have anything else but that. So you can either say like, yeah, I'll take that child, or can you go back to the, you know, county caseworker and get some more info? I'm just not sure about this. You have the right to do that. You have the right to say, I'm not sure, or no, I don't think that's gonna work for me right now. You have the right to say that. However, if you keep denying them placements, you know, they're gonna, you know, come to your house and set up an appointment and sit down one-to-one with you and kind of go over like what you're really looking for and like what specifics really like can you handle or cannot handle, and if this is like gonna work out. Because they will try their best to find a placement for you, a kid for you, to help that child out and to, you know, not make it super stressful on yourself as well. Because, you know, if you're stressed and everything and you can't handle that child, that's not the best environment for that child. So that was basically the first 2 classes in a nutshell, because they're 3 hours long each class, so it's a really long class. But I think the most things that I've gotten out of those 2 classes are other people's experiences. A lot of people who are there have been foster parents in the past, and then they just, you know, let their license lapse, and now they want to get recertified, so they have to go through the class again. And just learning from them and learning from their stories, or saying like, no, go do this, do that. I had a child who did this, and this is what I did. That's what helps me a lot, because when other people are in your situation, it's great to have that support and, you know, ideas of what worked for them and what you can try or what you haven't tried. So that's what I got from those 2 classes. I have my next class tonight. I'm going to go over child development, which only 3 hours is not enough, I feel like, because in nursing school we had a whole semester over pediatric, you know, child development and psychology and everything. So it's definitely not enough, but it'll give you the basics. So yeah, If you want to see more videos, have more questions, you want me to make a video more specific on a specific topic like respite care or something like that, or kinship care, leave comments in the below. Otherwise, subscribe, like, share my videos, and have a blessed day. Bye.